Hello everyone, hi, welcome to another event here in the TGC Tours Challenge Circuit. We're here at the John Daly Cocktail Open at Whiting Ridge. Before we get started here this week, let's take a look at last week's scores, shall we? Where we finished an incredible 11th place. Barely even have to scroll down the screen before we can see ourselves here. 11th place with a 5 over. Amazing, only 3 people finished last week in this division under par, which is honestly quite unbelievable. Winner obviously got promoted, second place got fast tracked just because he was like so far ahead of the rest of the competition. Then of course you had the promotion event as well, which we tanked during the live stream on no, it wasn't Wednesday night because things came up on Wednesday and we had to push it forward or push it back until Thursday. But the first 2 rounds just went brutal, and I was like, okay, well, there's no point in finishing these. So I didn't do anything else with the promotion event after that stream. I didn't try and go finish round 3 and round 4. So we're still here in CCK, and the scoreboard so far for this one. Let's just take a quick refresh here. 31 participants. Looks like it's gonna be pretty. Looks like we're gonna have to score pretty well. So far, bottom of the charts down. You see a couple of double digits over pars, but you also see some very good scores here up the top of the board as well. So we're gonna have to play the round of our lives if we want to get anything from this week. But that's exactly what we're trying to do. As you can see as well, our golf ranking actually went up this week to just shy of breaking into the top 2,000 or 2,081. We are in the top 50 if you filter in the World Golf Rankings page on TGC. I don't have that open yet, so I'm not going to put it in here, but we are within the top 50 of Republic of Ireland players, so I'm pretty happy about that. But again, that means nothing if you're not high up in the rest of the world. But given that we're down in the lower division, that's probably exactly where we should be. I took a little bit of a recalibration before we started here. Got my swing to somewhere where I think we're going to do pretty okay. We actually upgraded our driver for a little bit more distance to sack a little bit of forgiveness. So that might take a toll here, but I'm just gonna send it here. Oh god, we're getting a red fast right off the bat here. This is gonna bounce way and roll way down into these bushes. Come on, stop me. Okay, not a great first drive. Especially when you take into account the fact that I just said, hey, I recalibrated before this. And, you know, we're still finding ourselves in these bad situations. This goes to show how much work we have to do in order to actually start playing better. Decent scramble. We're going to be just off here in... Actually, we're in the light rough. Looking to splash in towards the pin here. I'm worried if I splash for the sand wedge, it's going to roll out too far. Might just shave a little bit of distance and a little bit of loft off of it here. Oof, and we fasted it here anyway, so it's not great. We may as well have just taken the lob wedge out here and just tried to perfect that. But it's a good job we didn't take the lob wedge, because then we just would have been further far behind. 12 footer for par here. So, not the greatest start in the world, but we still managed to rescue a par from a bad first drive. That's okay. We can make the cut with par ball here, I feel. Par ball will get us into rounds 3 and 4. So I'm not super concerned immediately. It's 1 hole out of the first 36. A slight grey fast drive. That should leave us dead center of the fairway here. And that it will. Yeah, I did upgrade my driver a little bit just to give myself a little bit extra distance over not very much of a change in terms of forgiveness. So our drives should go a little bit further now, but they may become a little bit more erratic down the line. We'll see over time how that goes. That is a awful second shot by any stretch. Just lands on the edge of the bunker here. We're gonna have to try and splash ourselves out of this one. Slight grey fast on the splash. Should have maybe clubbed up to try and get a little bit closer to the pin here, but a 15 footer for par. It's not impossible. I don't like that line going in the opposite direction on the far side of the pin. I'll say that. I was right to not trust that. I was right to not trust that. I got very close, but just not quite close enough. It just rolled around the edge and just popped back out again. So we're 1 over. It's not the greatest start in the world. Definitely not the worst start either, mind you. But let's see. We can get a little bit of a bounce and roll off of this one. Aim it just a little bit left of pin because we've got some slight wind, and also we've got some slight break on the landing here as well that we want to also account for to try and bring us closer into the pin. Doesn't matter, we super slowed this one anyway. Should just about make it onto the green, but it's going to be a tricky putt here. Uphill and with a lot of break. This is going to be a real hit and hope effort. It pains me to say. Definitely overestimated a lot on the break, but it does leave us close enough to get our par attempt. We're only 4 feet out, and it should be a simple enough tap in, and it is. Yeah, that one could have went better. In fact, they all could have went better. But you know, I'm still only 1 over. A lot of golf to be played. Just trying our best to just not be concerned. This is a tricky one. If I go short with the 3-wood, there's a risk of landing in this bunker. If I go fast with the driver, there's a risk of running into either two of these bunkers. And I've red slowed it. That actually might work in our favour a little bit. Believe it or not. I'm just going to roll right up to the edge of the fairway here and actually miss all 3 bunkers. You know what? For a bad shot, that actually worked out really well for us. It's got to be said. That's a disaster of a shot. I'm not lying when I said I recalibrated at the start of this, but just for some reason the calibrations just don't stick anymore. I don't know why. It's fine on the practice range, and you've seen me on the practice range. I've done a video of me on the practice range, and I've been moderately okay. But just as soon as I hit record and as soon as I go into competitive action on live servers, it just completely craps the bed. I don't know why that is. As long as we're able to just somehow just keep getting pars like that, I guess we'll be okay. But we're definitely not going to advance further up the cards here. If that's the way we're gonna keep playing here. Finally, a good drive. It's probably just going to go right into this bunker. As is tradition. Nope, we're going to fall a little bit short of the bunker. That's okay, 311 yards is a good drive for us. especially on a par 5. We've got a decent enough lie to where we can take the driver off the deck here. But the 3 wood is probably the way to go here, because we definitely don't want to overshoot the pin and head the bunker down here. We're red fasted anyway, so it's not like we're going to be getting near the green. Will leave us with a nice tidy approach shot though. Don't want to get any deal off, but just some backspin here would be very nice. As long as we can, I was going to say as long as we can perfect it, but you know what, a grey fast is probably good as well, because it'll keep us closer to the pin. Even though closer to the pin is still 14 feet away, but you know, it's alright. A lot of fast break here. This putt scares me. But it looks like it's going just wide. Perhaps that shank at the start of my downswing really played a part there. I'm still gonna drop it in for par, but that feels like points left on the table there. Not happy with that hole at all. Great first drive though. That I can be happy about, but still, a lot of work to be done. A lot of work to be done. Grey fast should see this one probably bounce into the heavy rough down here. Oh, come on, don't be behind the rock. Don't be behind the rock, please. Okay. We are behind the rock, but I think we can shot shape ourselves out of this one. (81 to 88%). Red fasted it. Definitely a wise decision to club up. Just that could have been a whole lot scarier and a whole lot worse for us. But we are still on the green with a birdie opportunity here and trying to get back to even. A little bit of a quick green. Oh, that's shanked. It's horrible. Look at how far off the swing plane I was. That was just brutal. Again, that's points left on the table. Not happy. Not happy with that. That's just the way golf goes though. Like, it's just sometimes your hand just slips and things just go wrong. Oof, that's no excuse for that one. Look at the swing plane in that. Just, I hooked it and it was fast. It's just a cavalcade of brutal there. I try and aim for this left side fairway with a 3-iron. Hope for the best here. Again, swing plane is just not the best, but okay, it gets us back out in the fairway, and we have a up and down opportunity here to try and get something. Swing plane issues and red fast, just not a great one for us. This putt needed that chip needed to be perfect. That needed to be perfect. For some reason, just my pulling down and pulling back is skewed. I really need to actually pay more attention to my controller instead of not looking down and not seeing where I'm going. This is constantly an issue, and it can't keep being an issue, or we're never going to get anywhere. That's just horrible tempo. Didn't even make the first fairway there. And it's a par 5 to make matters even worse. Taking the 3 wood off there, probably not an inspired idea. Slight grey flat, should still get on the green here. Gonna be a long way away from home to try and rescue a par out of this. Looks like a pretty straight putt actually. There's like not a lot of break here. There's not a lot of movement on here. I'm gonna go a little bit extra just to kind of allow for phantom breaks, and I just like completely shanked the swing plane as well. Again, why? Why do I keep doing this to myself? This is horrible. Somehow again, I managed to snatch some sort of power away from the jaws of defeat. I don't know how I keep doing this, and I can't keep getting away with it forever. I really just gotta bear down. Finally, a perfect shot for the first time in a while. Oh, that's gonna roll nicely towards the pin here. Nicely down and around. Not much break here to deal with. This could be a real opportunity to claw something back. And we do, let's go. Finally, it only took 9 holes to get our first birdie, but we got it on the board. That feels good. It feels like a relief, actually, that we're still able to get them somehow. Even if perhaps, you know, looking back at our front 9, we should have probably had more of them. Again, that bad swing plane it's doing nothing but hurt us. Like, all we're getting is 270 yards on drives. Like, our low drive average is probably a big factor into why we're not any higher on the scoreboards. Just because we're not able to get closer to pins. Second pin's a little bit off, but it's a perfect shot. It is going to just roll off the green and into the light rough, though. Oh, that chip needed to be perfect. A little bit more power and that would have went in. Or a little bit less fast, even. But we'll take our power and we'll move on. It's not great. But it's passable. But not great. We just try and stay the course as best as we can. Is it the way I wonder, is it just the way that I'm holding my controller? I wonder if I held it a little bit more sideways, does that make a difference? Apparently it does. Please don't go in the water. Please don't go in the water. Thank you, rocks. I never thought I'd say that. Where's the ball? Okay. I can't see where the freaking ball is, brother. This is dangerous. I don't know where the collision detection is on this rock. That was apparently a perfect chip, and it still went so far wide. Probably because of whatever lie the ball was there underneath the rock, where it just no-clipped right through that damn thing. Miracle that we were able to get power out of that. I thought that was going to be a water hazard 100%. As soon as I let go of that ball, I thought, like, oh no, this is going too far. This is in the water. I was really glad that that's not the case. Six-foot decline here. A slight right fast shot should leave us left of the pin. It just stays where it is, just doesn't roll out too far. That's okay. Manageable. Manageable. This could be a birdie here. 18 feet. Oof. Again, swing plane problems is just causing us nothing but chaos. And then again the other direction! Why? Now I'm just getting frustrated. That was awful. That was absolutely brutal. A triple bogey on a par 3. And that was, each time that was very makeable putts, and I just wasn't taking my time with them. And I absolutely got punished. Oof. That swing plane catching me into those trees, that didn't do me any favours there either. Again with the swing plane issues. What is it with this controller? I don't know. It might be new controller time. I hope it's not new controller time. Perfect splash out of there. Still leaves us 21 feet from home. Wait, I just gotta look down at the controller. Okay, I was looking right at the controller, and it didn't feel like that was the swing plane. So there definitely has to be some sort of issue there. Again, why? This is going downhill very, very fast. This is not the way I drew up this event going whenever I started it. And absolutely, swing plane needs a lot of work to just straighten itself out and get accurate. Not even going to land the fairway, you're going to roll off into the light rough here. What was that? I really just don't understand this sometimes. Like, I can't be that inaccurate with just going straight down and straight up. Surely. I'm definitely going to play back the tape on this one and just figure out, just look at my analog stick movement here and be like, hey, is this actually what's happening? Because it just doesn't feel right at all. Like, it does feel like I'm coming straight down and straight back up again. Now, again, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you're watching the video and you're like, James, you're talking out of your ass. This is exactly what you're doing. It's right. In which case, you know what? Yeah, feel free to call me out. Because it'll be like 100% deserved. Oh no, that's in the river. Okay, well, we're not making the cut this week. That's for sure. Of course, we're perfect after we get the water hazard. You know. This game used to like be a great de-stressor for me. It used to like make me happy, but it's just done nothing but irritate me for the last several weeks now. And then that happens. And now this is for double bogey. Yep, nope, we're getting another triple. I don't know what that was. I don't know what that was. Quad bogey? Nah. Well, all that hard work getting a demotion or getting a promotion mark last week has just gone right out the window. As once again we swing playing it right into a bunker on a par 3. That feels about as horrible as you could possibly imagine. Somehow we're going to par this. Somehow. I'm going to need a lot of practice to try and get back into this game. A lot of practice. Because as it stands right now, like, number one, it's starting to feel like work. It's not feeling like fun anymore. And that's kind of strike one now. Strike two is that it's going to take a lot of work for my game to be at a point where I can start to feel like I'm able to be competitive again, which sounds like too much effort. That's strike two. And strike three is that, for the most part, it, like, with controller feel, it doesn't feel like I'm doing anything wrong. But I am. It just doesn't feel right. Like, nothing about this inspires any sort of confidence in my own gameplay ability. Hey, this could be an absolutely unexpected eagle if we can make something happen here. I don't anticipate that we will. That's going to get close. It's just going to zoom right by and into the light rough, unfortunately. Which means this is going to be a par because this chip is not going in. Told you it wasn't going in. Plus 11. I don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say. I'm already, what, 189th on the PC leaderboard? Granted, there's a lot of people up in like the higher divisions who just come in here to play it as a practice run. And, you know, I can understand that, but nothing about this inspires confidence in my own abilities right now. And I'm seriously starting to wonder, like, should I just retire the series before it just becomes laborious to make and also for you guys laborious to watch? Because I can't imagine any of you are having fun watching me flounder out here. And if you are, then I don't know what that says. That probably says more about you than it does about me, to be perfectly honest with you. But for now, you know, if you've toughed it out till this far and toughed it out to the end of the video, thank you so much. It means an awful lot. I wish I had some sort of better explanation to you as to why I'm playing badly, but it is what it is, and all we can do is just saddle up and play round two of our best of our abilities. If if we can make something happen, we'll make it happen. And if not, then you know what? There's always next week. But the amount of times that I say there's always next week gets lesser and lesser, to the point where at some point I'm going to be like, is there going to be a next week? But yeah, thanks for watching, and I guess we'll see you guys tomorrow.